I just thought, I don't care that you believe in God. My family are massive Catholics, right? I was brought up an altar boy. I was an altar boy. I used to go to confession twice a week when I was a kid. And they'd force you to go to confession because I went to Catholic schools. They would force you to go to confession. And when you're like 10 years old going to confession, you would go in there and you would say, "Hi, Father, for I have sinned. It's been 1 week since I've made a confession." So I'd have to go in there twice a week to do confession. And when you're 10 years old, you haven't really done a lot of bad stuff. So especially when you have to do it twice a week. So I would go in there and I'd say, "Oh, I lied to my parents." I don't even know if I did lie to my parents. I probably didn't, but I didn't have anything to confess because it'd been like 3 days before I'd been in there, and I was 10 years old. So what could I have done? And he'd say, "Oh, do like 20 Hail Marys, 3 this," and then I'd have to go outside the booth and like sit on my knees, which would really hurt, and I'd have to like do this, but I wasn't actually really doing it. And then 3 days later, I'd have to go back to confession, and then I'd say to the priest, sometimes I'd run out of things to say, and I didn't want to always say that I lied to my parents because it just sounds so repetitive. So I would say to the priest, "The last time I was here 3 days ago, I lied to you. I told you that I lied to my parents, but I lied to you instead. I never actually lied to my parents." And then he would just go, "Oh, okay. So you lied. Yeah. Well, that's 16 Hail Marys, couple of these ones, couple of that one." He didn't really care. It was like he was on automatic robot. I don't even think he was listening because the fact that I told him I'd lied to him 3 days, he didn't care. It's like, "Oh, okay, great, 6 Hail Marys, bang, 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 you're out next." It was like a assembly line in a factory. It was like really weird.